UFC 299 has just gone down, and oh my god, was it absolutely incredible. This card was absolutely stacked, and it delivered exactly as it was hyped up for. An incredible amount of talent on this card, and I'm still so hyped up. I'm so buzzed. It was absolutely insane. We knew that this was going to be an incredible card, and oh my god, did it deliver. It was perfection. So I'm going to go through my quick breakdown of the main card again. My last video I did a little prediction preview of the main card, so I'm going to go over those 5 fights that I've previewed already, and we're going to see if my predictions were correct or if they were incredibly wrong. So that first fight was in the bantamweight division with Peter Yan versus Song Yudong. Now, my prediction for this one was that I thought Song Yudong was going to dominate with his boxing, and I thought that it would go all 3 rounds. I thought that Song would win by split decision, but I was wrong. That is 0 points to me. I was wrong there. So in that fight, it started off really well for Song. Yan came up to him and tried to start doing some kicks to the legs, but Song's ability to block those, check those kicks was looking really nice, and he was following those checks up with some nice boxing combinations, and he was backing Yan up a little bit, so I was thinking, you know, this is good for Song. But then round 2 came around and instantly everything changed. Yan actually started to do a bit more work with his own boxing, and then he started mixing it up with takedowns. And initially Song was doing somewhat well to defend those takedowns, but by round 3 some damage had already been done to Song. You could see he was slowing down, and Peter Yan is a very durable guy. He clearly had the stamina. Maybe Song powered himself out a little bit too much, too quickly. Yeah, by the 3rd round, Yan was just piecing him up a bit more, and then again using that grappling advantage and just controlling him on the ground. It was a very good fight. These guys are both really small, really stocky, so you knew that they were going in for that dogfight, and it really was. Take nothing away from Song, he will definitely keep rising. He's definitely a decent contender. But happy for Yan, because you know he's not been having good time recently. He's had a few losses, hasn't fought in about a year. So yeah, no, happy for Yan, but that is a 0 point for me. I was wrong there. So match number 2 in this incredible card was another banger. It was Gilbert Burns versus Jack Della Maddalena, and instantly going into round 1, Gilbert Burns, pretty much just in the first minute, he's instantly going for the takedowns, and he's trying to control Jack on the floor using his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He did decently well with that, but Jack was managing to wriggle away most of the time. But yeah, just instantly going in with that grappling, interesting game plan. It's giving him points on that by keeping him on the floor, having that top control, working in that jiu-jitsu. But, you know, Jack's a dangerous guy, and going into the 2nd round, Jack started to warm up a bit, and he started to use his striking abilities. And there's clearly an advantage that he had there with his striking. It was much better than Burns. He was piecing up combinations perfectly. Whereas Burns, when they were just striking, Burns was only using one jab. He wasn't really following up any of his attacks. Whereas Jack, he just had combinations which were perfect, and then his ability to evade, to back up a little bit, and then counter when Burns is moving in. It was beautiful with that striking. Now with the 3rd round, Gilbert again, he knew that he had to go back to that grapple game, and again he just started to grapple and had that top control. He was doing really well. Actually, between the 2nd and 3rd round, where the coaches are able to come in and talk to their fighters mid round, the coach for Jack told told him, and he said, you need to KO Gilbert. You need to knock him out. You know, he might have that edge on points in terms of his takedowns, because Gilbert had, I think in the first round he did 4 takedowns, 100% successful with those takedowns. So yeah, his coaches told Jack he needs to get that knockout, and that's exactly what Jack did in that third round. He finally started really piecing up his striking, but Gilbert managed to get another takedown. And Jack's defense was, again, he was solid with that defense. He managed to wriggle out of that takedown. Hip control was perfect to get out of that grasp, the grip of Gilbert. Jack got to his feet, and he knew that instantly Gilbert is going to want to take another attempt at a takedown. And as you can see behind me, as soon as Gilbert goes low down, ready for that takedown, Jack is ready for that knee to come right up the middle and crack Gilbert in the face. It was a beautiful knee. It really rocked Gilbert. He fell back onto his back, and Jack knew that was it. He knew he had to pounce. He jumped on top, and he finished with some strikes, finished that fight. The ref called it. But my prediction, I thought it was going to go all the way. I thought Jack was going to win, so I got that right, but I thought he was going to win by split decision. So again, I'm going to have to take a 0 on that. I didn't get the correct prediction. But yeah, another incredible fight. Okay, and so the third match in the main card, and what an exciting one this was. I was really hyped up for this. It was in the welterweight division between UK's Michael Venom Page and Kevin Holland. Now, this was MVP's UFC debut. He's been very successful in his career. He's 36, going on 37, so he's pretty much already a veteran in the sport. But yeah, so this was his UFC debut, and they put him up against a tough guy, Kevin Holland, strong chin. Very good striking, manages to use his other abilities with his grappling and ground game. Yeah, so this was an exciting one. And yeah, first round, we've got MVP doing his classic style. He always has his hands down by his hips, keeping his head exposed. Now, this would probably make a fighter think, yo, you got your head exposed, let me try headhunt. Now, that's exactly what MVP wants. He wants you to launch in, he wants to counter. And yeah, it's exactly what he did. Initially, he's using his legs very well. He's getting those low kicks. He went in for a body kick and then followed it up with a beautiful 1-2 to the head. So yeah, his style is very hard to you know, you can't really know what he's going to do with that. He's very loose with his shoulders. He's constantly dancing around. And yeah, it was a great fight for these guys to come together, because they're both very funny in the fight. In all their fights, they're just hilarious. These guys were both talking to each other, taunting, just taking jabs at each other, which was just hilarious. So by the second round, I think Kevin Holland realised MVP's abilities with the striking. I think he might realise maybe I'm not gonna beat this guy on striking. So he tried to mix it up with some takedowns, some grappling, and he managed to get him down in the second round. But you know, MVP gets back up and he's back to doing what he does best with that striking. You can see behind me this incredible spinning elbow that he got. He managed to get that about 3 times in this match, and yeah, it was just deadly. But that's what he does. He stands in front of you, and he waits for you to shoot, and then boom, he just does stuff like that, you know. That spinning elbow cracked. I think I'm pretty sure it cut open Kevin under the eye. So yeah, just absolutely brilliant. Round 3 again was just MVP just piecing him up. Good combinations. There was a really nice 1-2 he did to the face, and then he followed it up with a trip. He tripped Kevin by his legs. So again, showing MVP's abilities there. Yeah, and there was a few times he managed to take Kevin Holland down. So, you know, MVP's not just a striker, you know, he does have grapple game. He's you know, primarily a kickboxer, but, you know, he's shown his abilities. And I think that's what I said. I said that Kevin Holland would come into this expecting to stand in front of MVP and fight him, but then as soon as he realised MVP's abilities, I knew that Kevin Holland would want to use his other abilities and start taking him down. Yeah, he did that, but again, he just couldn't get the finish. And MVP, his style was just so hard to read. The man was just dancing around this guy, honestly mocking him. There was a point, I think Kevin Holland fell back, and MVP's just there like, you know, he's mocking the man. It was very entertaining. Lived up to the hype. My prediction for that was I thought MVP was going to knock him out. I thought he was going to knock him out, but no, it went to the decision, and MVP won that on unanimous decision. So again, 0 for me. I've literally not predicted any of these fights right. I've been a bit close with thinking about what their game plan is. You know, not terrible, but mate, I need to get a point here. I need to get a point, seriously. But yeah, honestly, incredible fight. God, I love this card so much. Moving on to the co-main event of this incredible card, and it was Dustin The Diamond Poirier going up against Benoit Saint Denis. And yeah, again, I was absolutely wrong with my prediction. Yeah, I honestly thought that Benoit was going to come in here and submit Poirier. He has shown pure technique with his jiu-jitsu, and I just thought he'd be able to grapple Poirier, take him to the ground, and just submit him. Yeah, but I was wrong once again. Yeah, I mean, I knew that Benoit was going to show his class with his grappling, and in the first round he did. He really dominated Poirier. He came in strong with those takedowns and really did manage that top control and that grappling. It was just it was beautiful. And you know, Poirier, he really did get dominated in that first round. But mate, this is the diamond we're talking about. You cannot cut diamond. By the second round, you know, Poirier managed to he survived that first round. He understood Benoit's abilities now. You know, this guy is an incredible grappler. He's not, so Poirier knew he wasn't going to win on the ground game. He needs to keep it standing. That's exactly what he did. Poirier finally managed to get some of his combinations through. He's an incredible boxer. He's got incredible striking. And yeah, I really didn't expect what happened. But in the second round, Poirier's boxing came into play. He's piecing up Benoit. And the uppercuts he landed, oh my god, these uppercuts. You could hear it, like, honestly, through the video, you could hear it. It sounded deadly. But yeah, so he managed to get those uppercuts in, his combinations with the striking, and he dropped Benoit to the ground, and it only took one final punch on that ground and pound for the ref to call it. And yeah, Poirier won by knockout. So again, 0 points to me. I'm doing so bad. I thought I had some decent predictions, but clearly not. I'm probably getting worse and worse at this, but oh well, that's the game. The main event, oh my god, this was the best. This was the absolute best fight of the night, by far. This was a masterclass by the Suga Sean O'Malley. Honestly, when I was watching it, I was really nervous. I was rooting for Suga. I did want him to win, so I was very nervous. But honestly, after the first round, all those nerves had gone. This man, honestly, his abilities are incredible. Going up against a very dangerous guy who has had a lot of wins throughout his UFC career. He is a scary guy. You know, I think Sean knew that. He wasn't going in here thinking, oh, I'm going to knock this guy out. Well, I mean, it's Sean O'Malley. He thinks he can knock everyone out. But no, I think Sean knew the abilities that Vera has, but he clearly was under no pressure. This man put on the best performance of his fighting career so far. I honestly think he gets better with every fight. It was just pure domination. He definitely won all five rounds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won all 5 rounds. There was the 5th round where Cheeto was getting in a few shots. But yeah, absolute pure domination by Sean O'Malley. He really showed his technique. And I think what it is it's his speed. It really is. This man was just so quick and incredible with mixing everything up. You know, hunt high and then go low, or you know, start low and then go high. His kicks, just absolutely beautiful. Just honestly, this man is a sniper. He was doing perfect with controlling the center, keeping that distance, using his reach. He obviously had that height advantage, he had that reach advantage, and that's exactly what he used. He was patient, he was incredibly patient. You know, this is a 5-round fight. You're gonna gas out, aren't you? But no, that wasn't Sean. He managed to, you know, control his breathing, control the tempo. He really had Marlon on the back foot the whole fight. And I'm really surprised. I thought Marlon was going to give a bit more, man. I really thought he was going to give a bit more. But, you know, as soon as you step into a ring with someone like this, Sean O'Malley, he's just so hard to read. He's throwing all sorts of combinations. Nothing is the same. He's always mixing it up. And, yeah, this was nothing like the first fight. You know, this was their rematch. And it was really hyped up. It was incredible. But it was nothing like the first fight. You know, Sean has obviously improved so much, and it really showed. Yeah, this guy's a sniper. He's deadly. Honestly, that right hand is incredible. But hats off to Marlon Vera. Yeah, he really I don't know how he didn't get knocked out. There was a point in the fight where Suga lands a beautiful knee up to the face. I think Marlon was maybe bending down a little bit to maybe go for the takedown, but Sean just connects him with that knee. But he took it somehow. Honestly, you hear in the replay again, you just hear the sound of that knee connecting to his face. And yeah, Cheeto didn't even fall down. Like, it's incredible, the chin that guy has, the durability, the strong mindset. So, you know, hats off to him. But when you're coming up against a guy like Sean O'Malley, this guy is deadly. I know that he's a bit upset. He didn't get the KO. That was also my prediction. I thought that Sean was gonna get that knockout. So once again, I got 0. Yeah, that's 5 fights that I have failed to predict. I'm a bit annoyed. I wanted to get at least 1. So there we have it. UFC 299 is over. It was just an incredible card to watch. Honestly, the best so far this year. Incredible performances from Sean O'Malley, Dustin Poirier, and Michael Venom Page. Just, you know, all of these guys, everyone on the card. It was really fun to watch, entertaining, and just pure class of athleticism. Yeah, honestly. My predictions. I gave 5 predictions. How many did I get? 0. So I think I need to work on my predictions. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was really fun to do this. I'm excited to do some more. What is next? UFC 300. That's going to be an insane card. I'll do a video of that. Again, probably just the main card. But there's so many fights on UFC 300. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. But yeah, UFC 200, UFC 299. No, honestly, incredible. I'm lost for words. Yeah, that was really fun.